Alright, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be hitting up arms and abs. Now this is going to be the first arms and abs session in at least since before the deload anyway. I'm not sure if it was 1 or 2 weeks before the deload was the last arms and abs session. But today what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be switching out the dips off the bench for over high cable overhead triceps extensions. The reason that I'm doing that is I love doing the dips off the bench, but because I've went to, on chest day, I've went to the 30-degree rake angle on the bench for incline pressing. And I did that because I've dropped out the Viking press to make more room for more lateral delt work. But because I've went to that rake angle on the incline press, that rake angle tends to throw up, it gives me a bit more issues with my right shoulder. I have a bit of a niggle on my right shoulder, and going to that sort of 30-degree angle exacerbates those issues. So what I've done is I've taken the dips out in order. Whenever you're doing the dips, obviously you're opening the shoulder capsule up to get the arm behind you, and that can present its own issues. So I thought I would go to the overhead triceps extension, substitute that in for the course of this mesocycle anyway, and see how it goes. The other reason why I was thinking about adding in, I was trying to add in another overhead movement, was because I feel that I'm not getting enough work done for the long head of the triceps. Plenty for the other two heads, but not enough for the long head. So that'll put basically two overhead triceps movements into the arms day, which should give a bit more focus on that long head. So that's the reason for doing that. Aside from that, the rest of the workout's pretty much going to look the same. With any arms day, I'm going to do antagonistic supersets. So we'll be doing the overhead triceps extension superset just with standing easy bar curls, and then triceps push down superset with preacher curls. We'll then finish arms off with the low cable overhead triceps extensions and superset that with cable curls. And then for abs, I'm just going to do leg raises for this week, primarily because I haven't done abs in many weeks. And again, there was that entire deload week, so any work at all for the abs is really gonna shoot hammer them. So it should, if my past history is anything to go by. And then I can grow into it next week, the week after, and so on. You know, this mesocycle, I'm planning this mesocycle being fairly long. You know, the only deadline I have in as such for a deload, or a planned deload, would be at the very end of October. Now, the likelihood is I'm going to take a deload before that, just depending how hard I go and how much I'm feeling it. But the whole idea of this mesocycle is just take the deload when I need it, when I feel that I need to take the deload, and then, you know, play it by ear from there. Like I said, the end of October that's the only real time I have one planned in as such. What I might do is I might try to, I need to sort of think about this over the course of the next few weeks, but what I've sort of just gone through my head is try and get through to the end of October without taking a deload, which will probably mean like using different training techniques and modalities and stuff between now and then. You know, once I get to the point in the mesocycle when I'll be thinking to myself, right, I'll take a deload here, instead of taking a full deload, you know, switching out the training, and not switching out the training, but like switching up the training, maybe going to more of a lower volume, higher weight sort of training for a few weeks, and then going back, you know, reverting back to the normal what I'm doing, the normal sort of routine of what I'm doing. But I'll play all that by ear and just see how I feel as the weeks go on. Anyway, let's get to it.
Standing by your side with my heart on hyperdrive. I'll do what it takes to make you believe. With my heart on hyperdrive. We do what we want, but we're not free. With our hearts on hyperdrive. Go! claustrophobic mind, and I am not the vagrant kind. Baby, I just wanna take you home, so lose the grip and make it on your own. Lady, you've got a claustrophobic mind, and I am not that vagrant kind. Not that vagrant kind.
right, that's going to do it for arms and abs. I have to say I'm pleasantly surprised with how today went. I have lost strength. There's no two ways about that. You always do after a deload, and especially the fact that, you know, it had been a few weeks since I had trained arms and abs before, but I hadn't lost anywhere near as much strength as I thought that I was going to lose. Now, a lot of that has to do with the cable curls and the overhead triceps extensions. I struggle with any of the cable movements that aren't just straight pull downs and stuff. Like anything where you're moving in an arc as opposed to just straight up and down toward the cable. I struggle with the force profile, so I do, or the resistance profile, I should say. Just getting the biomechanics right. It always takes me a little while to fall into the groove, and I think because it's not that long since I started doing the low cable overhead triceps extensions and the cable curls, I think that I'm just getting more and more used to the actual movement itself. But it all went pretty well. Like I said, I have lost a little bit of strength, but nothing unexpected as such. In fact, I was fully expecting it to be quite a bit worse. On the triceps push downs, I'm about 5 or 6 kilos away from my previous top weight. On the preacher curls, I think I'm only about 1.5 kilos or 1.25 kilos, 1.5 kilos, sorry, away from what my previous best was. So I'm really happy with those, although I didn't get as many reps with that lighter weight as what I had been getting with that same weight before. But again, it's not, you know, this is only week 1 of this new meso cycle, so there's plenty of room to grow. The stand easy bar curls I just used, I didn't try to push that at all. I think I'm about 13 kilos away from what my top weight was before in that. But I wasn't trying to go super. I basically just stayed at the warm-up weight on that particular exercise because I wanted to get back into the groove with the overhead triceps extension on the high cable, which I haven't done that for about 6 or 8 months now, I think. And on the overhead triceps extensions, low cable overhead triceps extensions, I actually got back up to what my previous best was on that. Now, the reason why I think I was able to do that was because I allowed my elbows to drift out. The reason why I allowed my elbows to drift out, for anyone that didn't watch the previous meso cycle, I was focusing very hard and trying to keep my elbows pointing forward. Pardon me, in order to just keep as much enough of the tension, onto the triceps as I could. But what I found was that was giving me a real problem with my elbow, my right elbow in particular. It was hurting my left elbow too, but it was more so my right elbow, to the point where that was interfering with some of my other pressing movements. So I just allowed myself to go where the joint was feeling good, as opposed to trying to force myself into what was maybe a bit of an unnatural position for me. I still felt it in the triceps, so you know, and obviously in the days to come, how sore I feel and all that will indicate just how much of that tension was on the triceps. But I feel that it was productive, and like I said, that was me back up to my previous best weight. And I think there'll be room to grow there. If that's at the beginning of this meso cycle, there'll be room to grow toward the end. And again, on the cable curl, I'm back up to my previous best. Not now. It didn't feel the greatest, but again, I think that's more just me trying to find the right angle to hit it from, and the right angle to have my arm at and stuff. Just because that, like I said, that resistance profile's a bit different with the cable than what I'm kind of used to. I'm used with more free weights and stuff, so cable work's always been a bit more challenging for me. The ab work was just the leg raises. They felt really tough today. I have to admit, they felt really tough today, and I'm glad that I decided to leave out the decline crunches. I'm definitely going to feel, I can feel my abs now, and that was just three sets of leg raises. So I think that was probably a good idea, and then hopefully next week we can start adding in, and you know, pushing the envelope from there. But all in all, it went pretty well. It went better than expected, if I'm being honest. So that's all good. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. If you've enjoyed the video, feed the anabolic algorithm with comments, shares, likes, and subscribes, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.